You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
Evening, we're now joined in the studio with Tony Cox, and he's going to be telling us all about this year's Sheppey Darts Classic. Tony, it's always good to have you here in the studio. It's always good to speak to you just before the Darts Classic each year.
Well, it's great to be invited back again, Daniel. We're always pleased to. Darts is a big thing on the island, and the Darts Classic is one of the biggest in the country, so it's really great to be back.
Can you tell our listeners a bit more about the Darts Classic and how it started?
10 years ago now, and it doesn't seem like it, we started really only for a one-off, but it's gone from strength to strength, and we just like to thank everybody that's helped and supported us during that time, players and sponsors especially, because without them we couldn't do it.
So how is the event funded, Tony?
Well, mostly it's funded by sponsorship and advertising. We do a full A4 colour programme, and that's sponsored by the press from Tottenham. They print us 500 copies free of charge, which means that we can actually give them away. So all the advertising goes out to everybody. They don't have to think how many are going to be sold. We actually give 500 away. And then, of course, we've got Tommy and Lee at Merlin's, who sponsor the first £2,000 prize, and SJC Transport, who sponsor a £1,000 second prize. Now, without people like this, it just wouldn't go ahead.
Tony, how big is the event, and how far afield do players actually come from?
Well, last year we had 184 entries, which was a bit down on previous years, but I think that was due to the country's financial situation as things are at the moment. But we expect more this year as we've got BDO ranking points. That should help bring down a few more of the big names, so that'll be really, really good if we get some big names down. I have heard some mentioned, and we do get players already from Ireland, Wales, Scotland, Cornwall, all counties in England. We've even had a few from Holland and France, so they do come from all over.
Now, Tony, who won the competition last year?
Well, the pairs was run really good, won by Pat Scurfield and Ricky O'Brien from Sheppey, so we've had a couple of Sheppey winners. Ladies singles, that was won by Jim Campbell-Miles from Sussex. Youth singles was Josh Payne, and the open singles on the big day was Richie Howson from Essex. So, yeah, it spreads it around a little bit, but it's nice to see some Sheppey players, but we'd like to see them in the open singles winning.
If some of our listeners at home would like to play darts, are there any sort of local clubs they can join?
Oh yeah, we've got over 40 pubs and club teams on Sheppey, so it wouldn't be difficult to join a team or finding one. There are so many around the town and even at Laysdown and Queenborough, so and it really doesn't matter what standard of darts they play, because we have 4 divisions in our division, in our team alone, so it doesn't matter what standard they play, whether they're top class or whether they just like to go out and have an enjoyable evening out. There is always somebody that can accommodate them.
Tony, before you go, I was just wondering if you can let our listeners know how they can get in contact with you, if they'd, of course, like to enter the competition or just find out more. And, of course, if you could refresh us when and where it's taking place.
Well, it's taking place at Merlin's Complex at Laysdown on the 16th and the 17th of June. Now, you can get entry forms by going on to www.sheppeydarts.com and you can download them, or you can call me on 01795 875263 or email me at cox@aol.com and I will email you one back. But Cox is spelt C-O-X. Sponsors, of course, if we were always looking for sponsors, and we can do with sponsors. Any of those contacts there will get me if anybody is interested at all in any sponsorship, no matter how small, no matter how big, we are looking for sponsors.
Tony, as always, it's great to have you along, of course, to tell listeners all about the Darts Classic each year here at BRFM.
Thank you very much, Daniel. It's great to be here, and I hope to see you again just before the event when we might be able to update you with some big names which might be coming down.
That's Tony Cox telling us all about the Sheppey Dance Classic, of course, taking place on the 16th and 17th of June at Merlin's in Laysdown.